everybody, welcome back to another video from Nia Creative Home YouTube channel. For this video, as I promised before, I will talk a little bit about the fridge organization. I'm going to go deep inside the fridge to explain the ways to organize, why it is important to have your fridge organized. As I always mention, when you have things organized, it's easier for you to spot, easier for you to grab whatever you need in the fridge. The same goes for the rest of the house. But beside that, beside of the easiness, is that a word? If it's not, I just invented. Anyways. But beside of the fact of their organization makes everything easier to grab, it will assure that your food will last longer, that you have everything well conserved inside of the fridge as well. Because the different shelves, they have different temperature, and that will influence the time that you store the food inside of the fridge as well. And keep in mind that I will only talk about the top of the fridge, not the freezing part, if that's the case, because some fridge have the freezer, others don't have. So that's important to clear up. Let's get started. First things first, the temperature of the fridge. It's better to have your fridge between 4 degrees Celsius or less than that. In order for the food to be well conserved. It is important as well to have everything that you put, like leftovers, food, in the proper containers. For example, don't use cans to put things inside of the fridge, because that will ruin the product inside of the can. That will affect the product itself. Instead of that, if you, for example, you have like a can with sausages, you just grab like 2 sausages, and you still have like 4, depending on the can, 4 other sausage there. Instead of having the can inside of the fridge, no, grab a recipient, a container, and store the sausage there. It's better, it will conserve better your food instead of the can. If you have leftovers, like I mentioned, if you have fruits, vegetables, everything that needs to be in their proper places, in the place that will last longer, and it will conserve better the food. Avoid overloading your fridge, because when you close the fridge, the air will circulate inside. If you have too many things, then it's going to be difficult for the air to circulate inside of the fridge, and that will not assure that you are conserving your food properly. So please don't overload your fridge. Once a week, if it's possible, you can clean your fridge. You don't have to take everything out. Just clean like the shelves that you see that have stains, for example, because that will make it easier for you in the future when you are doing that. For example, the spring cleaning, or other time that you're doing a big cleaning to your fridge, that you take everything out to clean. If you like, every time that you spot a stain, every time that you spot a stain and you clean, it's going to be easier for you. That's one tip of mine. For example, if you have a moldy food type like cheese, if you have those moldy cheese, don't live like unintended. Put it, either wrap the cheese or put it in a container, so that the moldy cheese will not contaminate the rest of the food that is not supposed to be moldy. Keep that in mind. Remember that, please. You mold cheese lovers, don't understand why, but if you like it, it's your choice. But keep that in mind. For me, a great way to store things is in containers, especially the ones transparent. Those are the best to store food and to have everything organized in your fridge. I will give you guys some examples further along in the video, but keep in mind, though, the transparent ones are the best ones for you to spot things. And if you have labels on all of those containers, it will make your life easier. And I know that most of you are thinking, oh, that's too much trouble, or why would I label everything, blah blah blah. Makes your life easier, period. And everything that makes your life easier, use it. If it's something that is going to just bring you benefits, use it. Doesn't take that much time. It is the opposite, because if you have everything already organized, then it's gonna make your life easier. It's gonna make a simple process. You go inside of the fridge, I need, okay, this. Especially if you have kids. For example, if you have kids, and most of the time you mom or you dad, the one that organized the fridge, are the ones that for sure knows exactly where things are. But if you have kids, for example, if they go to the fridge and they know how to read already, it's going to be easier for them to spot things too, instead of like, Mom, where is the cheese? Mom, where is this and that? No, they have everything labeled. Make it what? Like I always say, make your life easier for you, for your kids, for your mental health as well, instead of having someone shouting your name every single time. No, they just go there, read the label, and you're gonna find whatever you are searching for in the fridge. Yeah, good idea? Yeah, I think so. Now I will break you down each shelf of the fridge to give you like a broad idea of how you are supposed to organize, and how is the better way to organize your fridge. Let's start. So in this image, I have a fridge with 2 shelves and with 2 drawers, but it will depend on the fridge. Some just have 2 and others have 3 shelves on the fridge. And some other fridges are the American style fridge. This is a regular 2 shelves with 2 drawers and the door and the freezer fridge. It's a simple example. So first of all, on the top shelf is the warmer parts. The top and the door are the warmer parts of the fridge, being the door the warmest one. Then the second, the middle and the bottom shelf are the ones that are the coldest, being the bottom one, the one that is even more colder. So we have warmer and colder, and then the door warmer as well. And the drawers, that can change as well. For example, some people have normal drawers, and others have drawers with that will regulate the humidity. So and that's something that you have to keep in mind as well, that different types of humidity means that you have to use those drawers to different types of food. Normally on the drawers you will put the vegetables and the fruits, depend on the fruits. If you are using the fridge to store, for example, berries or to strawberries, use the shelves instead of the drawers in that case. But I will give you some examples of products that you can use on the drawers. So first of all, top shelf, it's a warmer part of the fridge. On the top shelf you can store that leftovers, takeouts, basically things that is going to be eaten first, things that you're not going to store there for a long period of time. It's something that you're going to use it in the same day or the next day, for example. So in that part goes those type of products. Then in the second, in the middle or the bottom shelf, depend of how many compartments you have on your fridge. For example, if you have 2 compartments, on the middle part, on the middle shelf, you will use it for dairy products like milk, yogurt, cheese. And if you store milk there, it's better for you to put the milk towards the back, because it's the coldest part. It will conserve the milk for longer if it is in the back of the fridge. That's important to remember. And then you have the bottom. The bottom shelf are the coolest of the fridge. On that part, you can store raw meat or fish, because for example, and when I say raw meat and fish, you think, why would I put raw meat or fish inside of the fridge? But yes, you do. For example, if you left your food your meat, for example, to marinate from one day to another, that's the compartment that you will use to store that food. I do that. I marinate the fish or the meat one day to another, or like 3 hours, 4 hours, depending of what type of food that I'm cooking. I store there in the bottom of the fridge, on the bottom shelf. Then for the drawers, so never mix vegetables with fruits. It's not suitable for you to mix vegetables with the fruits. For example, if you have one of those drawers that have regulated temperature, regular humidity, then on the high humidity, you will leave there, for example, the broccolis, the carrots, the cauliflower, the green onions, the leafy greens, things like that. On the parts that has the low humidity, you will use it for apples, pears, peaches, ripe melon, ripe avocados, peppers, grapes, things like that. Now we're going to the last part, that is the door. For the door, most of us, we do the same mistake. We always put the milk on the door, and it is the warmer part of the fridge, because you are not always, but if you open the door, then no air will come to that part. None of the air inside of the fridge will come to that part, because the door is open. So therefore, the temperature will vary a lot in that part. And the milk, for example, needs that fresh to maintain his quality and to maintain and to last longer. So don't store your milk in the door. Instead of that, store like juices or condiments or jam or sauces or butter. I will advise you, because some parts they say that you should store, I was searching, and some people say that you need to store the butter on the door, and others think that it's better to store, for example, on the middle shelf if you have 3 compartments fridge. In my opinion, I think it's better to put it on the door of the fridge, because you need to spread the butter. So if the temperature is not like the higher, it's not cold, it's warmer, it's probably is going to be easier for you to spread the butter on the bread, on anything that you want to spread the butter on. So that's my way of thinking. I prefer to put the butter on the door. Other thing too is, like, for example, the eggs. That will depend on your perspective at the same time, because, for example, for me, I prefer to have the eggs inside of the fridge. Some other people think that you don't need to put the eggs on the fridge. You can store them outside of the fridge, and that will depend of what makes sense to you. And so for that reason, because some people think it's better outside, some people think that it's better inside, then put it on the warmer parts of the fridge. For me, it's going to be the door. But there are some people that prefer to put on the middle section of the fridge, for example, where you put the dairies, they will put eggs as well. So it's up to you to decide where you're going to put eggs and the butter. What makes more sense to you, to put it inside on the middle shelf, or to put in the door? I don't think that will influence the quality of the product whatsoever if you put it in the door or in the middle shelf, or if you put it outside of the fridge, because I put the butter outside of the fridge in the winter time, because it gets really hard to spread the butter if I store it inside of the fridge. And in the summertime, it is easier for the butter to to be more flexible. So I store the butter outside, but then I have to put sometimes inside of the fridge, so I put it on the door. Depends on you. So we already already explained each part, the parts are warmer. I'm just going to do like a quick summary to the fridge. So you have top shelf. Imagine that there are three compartments. You have the top shelf is the warmer, you have the middle and the bottom that are the coolest. Then you have the true two drawers, and then you have the door that is the warmer part. The drawers can be the ones that has the regular humidity function or not. Never mixed vegetable with fruits. On the top shelf, you will use the leftovers, take out food, because it's things that you're gonna use quicker than the rest of the things that you have inside of the fridge. On the second part, on the middle part, you will use it for yogurt, for milk, for berries, and store the milk on back of the fridge to last longer. And on the bottom, you're gonna use it for raw meat and raw fish. Those are the ways that you can use the fridge that is going to make your food last longer and to conserve in a better way your food as well. On the door, you will use it for the sausage, for the juices, for the jam, and things that you don't think that it will change their quality that much because of the temperature. And the drawers, for low humidity, you're gonna use it for apples, pears, grapes, rip avocados, rip melon, peaches, things like that. For the high humidity, then you're gonna use for green leaves, for green onions, from cauliflower, broccoli, carrots, those type of vegetables. It's not good to store, for example, potatoes or onions inside of the drawers, because that will influence the quality and the lifetime of the product as well. I know potatoes, I never saw anybody put potatoes inside of the fridge, but just to keep you guys to keep in mind. But for example, if you want to store the onion after using it, not before using it, not because before you use for the first time, no, you store outside of the fridge, but after using, I know that everybody probably does that. I do that. I put the onion on the door, for example, of the fridge, because I'm gonna use it like every day. So that's the reason why I use it on the door after open the onion, for example. Now I'll give you guys some examples of products that you can buy to organize your fridge in a proper and easy way. Let's check out the images. Now let me summary everything that I said before for you guys to analyze and to take notes as well. Take notes, people. Don't be lazy. Take notes of the things that I'm going to tell you, because this summary will help you out a lot. So use bins or containers to store your food. Never use cans inside of the fridge. Set your fridge in the right temperature, 4 degrees or below are the best. The items that you're going to use more frequently, put it on your eye side for eye level. That will make everything easier for you to grab and to remember, especially if the things that are expiring sooner. Put in front, not in the back. Remember that there are different levels of temperature in the fridge. Keep that in mind. Use, for example, a lazy Susan to help you out store things inside, and it's going to make it easier for you to run that lazy Susan and to spot the things that you're gonna need. For example, for condiments, for jars, for things like that. Use the door for items with the long shelf life. For example, condiments or sausages, juices, things like that. Remember to clean the fridge as often as possible, to get rid of those stains as they are made, and to take away everything that is expiring. Put things on the front for you to remember that the expired date will happen soon. Keep your fridge organized to make your life easier, to make your life stress-free as usual. That's my tip for everything in life. If it is possible for you to make your life easier, just do it. You're doing that for yourself. You're doing that for your own mental health, for your own physical health. That's like a self-care. You think making things in a way that is going to make your life easier, it's a way of self-care as well. Keep that in mind. Please always remember to take care of yourselves. I think that's a wrap. I think that's it. I cover some ideas to organization. I explain the different levels of the temperature of the fridge, where you should put everything. Yeah, I think that's a wrap. I think that I cover everything. But if you guys if you had like some questions, if you want to give some tips, some more ideas, please leave a comment down below. I will be happy to read it and to share with others here in the community. As usual, if you like this video, hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel to see this channel grow. Share this video with some families, with friends, co-workers, with everybody that you think they will benefit with this video as well. Save this video in your playlist, because I know that you already have a Nia Creative Home playlist. If you don't, you should, because it's going to make your life easier. See you in the next video. Till then, take care, people.